Bonnie Purple?
Bonnie Blue, it's like the Wiggles. Bonnie Blue, Bonnie Purple. She's Bonnie Black and Blue at the moment because she rooted 1,057 dudes in 12 hours, almost beating Claire's record. And I just want to say congratulations, Claire, on the behalf of all women. What do you have to say? Yeah, so anyway, they said, because you've got a micro penis, you can't have the vasectomy, Isaac. And I was like, oh my God, we're recording. How do you get, Pepper?
That's some bullshit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mum and Dad Show for another episode. It's fantastic to be here. I just had to run back inside, and it is peeing down, piddling down, you would say.
Weather.
Some would say it's been raining. And if you know anything about rain with a toddler, it's garbage.
Oh, it's battle stations.
I've run out of things to do.
Poor little man.
My name's Isaac Butterfield. This is my wife, Claire Butterfield, and you can follow her on Instagram at Big Bushy Beaver. Instagram.com.
Can they see Pepper's head?
Pepper's here.
Yeah, you can see Pepper.
There's little
you
Pepper.
You can see Pepper's head.
Hello, Pepper.
Darling.
Little whippet Pepper.
She's not a fan of this rain either.
Now, last week, we allegedly alluded to the idea that we may be pregnant.
We're not. But I ain't.
And you, well...
Thank you, though, for the blessings.
The whole idea with this show is to have an outrageous...
You're so wet from the rain.
it was pissing down.
Oh.
It is to have an outrageously clickbaity title.
Yes.
Which, as you can see
You
from this week's
tards that
title,
didn't know that.
we haven't really decided what the title is yet. Or have we? I wrote something down. I'll have a look in a minute.
Yep.
But a lot of people, they just started congratulating us, even though we said in the first 30 seconds of the video we're not pregnant. But,
I think that's why people have so many kids. You get presents and congratulated all the time.
well, it's nice to have some positivity.
It is. It's just nice to be noticed.
It's nice
but
to be...
no, we're not. So you can go back to ignoring us.
Get away from us, you big freaks. Now, I also noticed on last week's show there was a lot of potty talk. We were talking about farting.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Lots
we
of
were
farting
too.
in the bath. Now, I don't want to
really
do that
bring it
again.
up
I don't
again.
want to bring this show down.
Any lower than
it can possibly go. There is a concept of absolute zero, and we're well below that.
We are.
But I will say this.
What?
I saw a video last night on TikTok.
Hey, not for much longer.
Oh, thank Christ. Get rid of the dogs. And on that video, it was the idea, this gentleman was talking about it, and a lot of people were agreeing with him in the comment section that once you walk into a particular store here in Australia, a hardware store known as Bunnings, or if you are a fan of Bluey, Hammer Barn. Same place. It's like a Lowe's in America, or whatever the equivalent is in the UK. Yeah, it's like a Walmart, but mainly with tools and stuff like that. Anyway, there is a lot of people.
Oh, and fuck you to whoever dissed my fucking Trump voice. Get fucked. You have a go.
Suck us off.
That's
anyway,
right.
So there is a worldwide, just in Australia, phenomenon of people needing to go for a poo once they walk into Bunnings.
Guilty.
Now, it's not just you. It's not just me.
Or Atticus.
It's also Atticus.
And
it's a lot of other people as well. A lot of people. It was crazy.
It's not the sausage sizzle because we don't even get it.
So there's a sausage sizzle out the front. They're cooking sausages. That's what Australia calls it, sausage sizzle. Now, this is the crazy thing, and this is going to blow people's minds. The comment section was littered with people. Littered.
That's so good.
That's so unnecessary. With people saying that, yes, this is me.
Wow.
I shit when I go to Hammer Barn, Bunnings or Lowe's, whatever yours is. And I was reading through the comments going, oh, God, this is me. Oh, fuck, I got to go now.
Normalize it.
That's what the title of this podcast should be. There's a lot of people talking about normalizing things. Let's abnormalize normalizing things. No. We should shame people more.
Oh, I know.
We should be shaming people.
I'm ashamed every day.
You should be. You should be shamed. I'm ashamed of me. I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of Pepper. Pepper! Yeah, filthy animal.
Oh, she's laid down on the lounge.
So there is so I want to know, and I want to know from people in the comment section.
I'm dying for the comment section for this.
Why are people walking into Bunnings, Hammer Barn or Lowe's, wherever you are, might attend if you're a bit of a freak, and needing to vacate the bowel region? I need to know. A lot of people had theories. Some people said it was the lights.
Yes, overstimulation. You go in, there's all these aisles. You can never find what you're looking for. And the employees are nowhere to be found, ever. The Bunnings people, you go and find them. What are you looking at?
I'm looking up what's next to talk about.
I'm sorry to bore you.
Sorry for running the show.
No, that's all right. Someone needs to.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of people. They were saying that it's to do with the lights and people getting anxious when they get in there because there's so many products and there's so many things to do.
I'm sorry to keep going on about it.
It's difficult
but
for people like you.
Wait.
You got your tism hat on.
What do you mean?
It's you do see people with headphones on these days. You just go, ooh,
spicy.
Yeah, very spicy brain. There's a lot of different ideas as to why, but
what
I know.
What do you think?
Well, I think this.
Here we go.
I think it's
the Bunnings theory of the century.
The theory.
Listen up.
This is why men particularly need to poo when they go to Bunnings, because they get so excited. It's such a manly place to be. But because there's so many other men there, you have to be ready to fight or flight. Your fight or flight parasympathetic nervous system needs to be in overdrive, and that means you must vacate the bowels when you walk in there because it could go down. We know over thousands of years of being a man that it could go down at any second, and when we walk into a Bunnings, we know if you're some I don't know what I'm carrying on like that. Atticus is he's asleep.
He's asleep listening to the Joe Rogan podcast to put him to sleep. Andrew Tate will be on next.
That's good. I like a little bit of that. No, I don't know what it is. I think maybe that's it. Maybe we're scared about going to war with other men because that's what you ladies don't understand. You walk around twisting microphones. You don't know what's going on, all right? This is the thing with women of today. All you have to worry about is turning up and getting on OnlyFans and you can live a happy life like fucking Bonnie Blue.
I should have done that.
You should have.
Bonnie Purple?
Bonnie Blue, but it's like the Wiggles. Bonnie Blue, Bonnie Purple. She's Bonnie Black and Blue at the moment because she rooted 1,057 dudes in 12 hours, almost beating Claire's record. And I just want to say congratulations. What an absolutely unbelievable achievement for a young woman. Claire, on the behalf of all women, what do you have to say?
Oh.
Ow.
I call a bit of a fibber.
A fibber? You're saying there's a fib?
I don't think that's possible.
Maybe for a fucking giver-upper like you.
I don't know. How many?
1,057 in 12 hours.
12 hours. How many is that an hour?
All right, let's do some calculations. So 12 hours, there's 60 minutes in an hour.
I'm really starting to really respect OnlyFans girls. They're hustling more than everyone else. They just know how to get it done. They get the job done, and I'm impressed.
That's what I was talking. 1.4 men a minute.
1.4
men a minute. So every 30 seconds, something like that. Every 45 seconds or so.
What a revolting
Every 45 seconds, you got to go to a new bloke, and that's for 12 hours straight. But you got to have breaks in between that.
Does she have Powerades?
You got to have a Powerade. You got to have a Gatorade. You got to have a Staminate up the arse. You got to have something.
Wow.
Got to have an injection of epinephrine. Just a fucking
ibuprofen.
Yeah, you're on a drip of ibuprofen, epinephrine.
So has she?
We're going into VTAC.
Has she actually said this is how many it was?
Well, there's a lineup. There's a video of the lineup of dudes, and Connor will throw it up in the thingo if we can find it.
How did the dudes? How did the dudes get chosen to bang? Bonnie
They just
Blue?
said, "I'll do it," and they had to tarp up. They had to wear a condom. And they had to walk, which is dangerous.
Like, checked and stuff.
Well, I don't know who's paying for all those checks, unless the dudes pay for the checks themselves. Because yes,
she's a bit of a sort, so I imagine a fair few blokes would be getting ready for that rodeo.
There's a lot of dudes lining up.
Her flaps would be stinging.
They would be stinging in the bruise.
Shit.
You ever seen a flag after it's get left out in the rain? Like it just starts like it's...
The Australia flag will be gone soon.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But let me talk about flaps for a minute.
I really don't want to hear about it.
You know when you leave a flag out in the rain and it starts to like disintegrate and it starts to get all stringy? I imagine that's what Bonnie Blue's flaps are. But I did see a photo of her rolling around in all the empty condom wrappers. This is why you girls aren't CEOs.
I'm sort of hoping TikTok does F off because this stuff is just getting out of control. I'd also like to just say
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got beef with some guy in the comments.
I
do.
I don't have beef.
I'm going to fight him. Bonnie Blue's not going to fuck him.
Yeah,
So,
that's right, mate.
I got fat shamed on here.
You did get...
As a woman just existing. If you know, you know.
And can I just say, Claire can't be fat shamed because you've got abs.
Thank you.
If anyone needs to be fat shamed on this show, it's Pepper.
Not Pepper. I was drinking a Coke Zero and
Oh, you fat bitch.
I know. And some guy was like, actually, I can't... this is... How good am I? I can't remember what he said.
He said, something. I remember you reading it out to me in tears.
I wasn't crying. I didn't go full Abby Chatfield meltdown mode.
Can we talk about Chatfield?
Listen.
I think we might have to.
Oh.
Chatfield released... okay, so if you don't know
The
who Abby
hormonal
Chatfield
elephant in the room.
Allegedly. Chatfield released this video of her crying because a dude asked her a question at the Australian Open, the tennis.
That she was there and getting paid to be there for. And she told us 4 times.
But who's that, cuz? Who are you? Who's that? Who are you? How are you?
I'm the hiking champion of the Australian Open. I'm kind of like a ball boy, but I'm more...
You wish, cuz, you were hiking champion, cuz.
Video of me at work doing a job for a brand. I was being silly and I was doing high kicks in front of the camera, like just really being silly, having fun with the crew because it was raining and it was a hard day at work for everyone. Like it was difficult to get what we needed. So we were just being really silly with each other. So I was high kicking to the camera and we're all laughing. There's about 6 people there. And this man comes up to us and with his camera and says something to me, and I'm obviously trying to be silly back saying, I'm just the high kicking champion. So who's this cousin? I thought that he was just like, who are you? Like, why do you have cameras on you? So I was like, I'm the high kicking champion of Australia and I'm like a ball boy, but I high kick.
This lady, now I'm going to be polite here because I'm genuinely concerned about her. I don't know if she is like well or what. Now I know personally it sucks to have people come up and like not like you in public. It's only happened to me like twice.
I think it's character building.
Definitely character building. But I don't know if it deserves or needs that reaction. Do you need to play a victim in that situation or are you just desperate for content?
I thought it was a bit. I thought she was actually being funny.
Like a bit of satire.
I thought it was satire. So I watched a bit of it and I went, this is actually quite funny. She's sort of, being funny for once, but it wasn't funny.
No.
It was her just going full... I don't even know what the word
She was going off.
I found it a bit insulting when she's going on about being a woman existing when women have all these things happen to them and she's claiming that that's harassment and abuse. Are you serious?
The guy didn't really say anything.
He just spoke to you and was a bit rude. What about all the retail workers that get coffees thrown at them?
Mate.
I had a sandwich thrown at me, a cash register, I had a plate thrown at me, and I'm not trying to outdo you, Chatfield. I know you had a hard day
and
getting paid to go to the tennis.
That was just this morning all of those things happened from our son. He's
right.
He's got all the toys. He's been hooking them around.
I just thought it was a bit insulting for the lassies out there that are actually dealing with shit, and she's out there with this pretending she's not privileged when she is.
Yeah, I don't love the word privilege because obviously
But she throws it around like a dead banana skin. Privilege this, privilege that. She's at the Open getting paid to be there. Well done, by the way. But do you need to carry on because some drunk bloke went...
Yeah, and it's not about being a woman. You can't use that as the card here because he probably would have said that. If I was doing what you were doing, he would probably say the same thing.
Oh, I disagree there. I think he probably knew who she was.
Oh, so he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know who I was.
No.
How dare you, Claire? I am famous on the internet.
Doesn't count.
No, but I mean,
and
like,
this isn't me being. I'm not meaning to like woman shame Abby Chatfield here at all. I think
I am.
I don't love her stuff. I think she can be a little bit nasty, but I think she's really grasping at straws.
I reckon
here.
if we could sit down with Chatty.
Wouldn't
and
happen.
have a chat with Chatfield, I reckon we could bring her over to the dark side. I really think.
Pillar, you reckon?
I reckon we could. I reckon we go, Chat, I understand what you're saying. I know you like complaining and all those ladies who follow you on Instagram like complaining.
I think her boyfriend likes Joe Rogan secretly.
Definitely
and he has to hide in the bathroom
Definitely
allegedly listening to it.
I know he follows me too.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Oh, he's not doing anything else. He hasn't written a hit song in a while. Sorry, bro. You just got to keep it's not it's about
it's not good.
It's how good what?
It's not good.
It's not good. It's
not
all about
good.
your last game. How good? What's that saying? You're only as good as your last. Only good as your last.
Your
song.
last meal. But yeah, no,
As
I
a
thought
chef,
the Abby
yes.
Chatfield thing was pretty offensive for people that are actually going
Dealing
through
with
stuff.
actual problems.
And she's crying, saying, "I was just a woman existing."
Man, if you're on the internet just crying, like just, I don't know.
It was really off-putting, and there were comments of all these women being like, "I'm so sorry this happened to you," and I was like,
What
"Are
are you
you
talking
serious?"
about?
When there's women that are actually getting abused, no one believes them half the time. You know, that's right. And she's going on about a guy speaking to her.
Yeah.
I know he was being rude, but people are rude. That doesn't mean you're getting sexually harassed.
Well, she never said sexually, but harassed.
And she's crying, screaming. I was quite worried. I think she looked a bit manic.
Well, this is what I wanted to say, and we were sort of tossing up whether or not to sort of poke fun at her because a lot of people are poking fun at her. I don't
We're not
want to do
meaning
that.
to bully her. I more just think it's rude. I'm not bullying her. I just think it's more off. I think the point she's trying to get across, she's just not nailing it. I know she's saying she cares about women's rights and she's very
Which is
left-wing.
awesome.
Great stuff. Really good.
It's good to care about people.
But I don't think
I've
she
never done it.
genuinely is going about it the right way. I think she's shaming men and using a lot of big words from her uni degree,
In economics or something.
whatever it was. And I think she's missing the point of what she's trying to do. And her comment section sort of validated what I'm saying. A lot of the women there were like, I used to really like Abby Chatfield. She was really funny and she was for women's rights, which is all good. I am too. But then she just turned into this like crazed, man-hating, like finding an issue with, anything. And I just think I think Aussies are getting over it. I think we're really starting to get over you can't do or say anything.
And if you just let the man talk for a moment, what
As
I
always.
think is I worry about it because I think she reads the comments too much.
I think she
You know
does
what I mean?
too. A
And
lot of
she
people
gets-
do. You can't. If you're on the internet, like if we sat and read comments all day, you wouldn't get out of bed. Well, I
No.
would eventually, but
You don't want to listen to
no.
freaks
And
on the
I think
internet
if
that
she ever
watch
saw
these
this,
videos.
stop watching it, love.
Yeah. Just stop.
Stack
Just put-
your money.
put
Go
your-
fuck your Peking duck and stop looking at the comments section and you'll be fine.
She dates a bloke from Peking Duck. That's
Yeah.
why not an actual Peking Duck. But yeah, it's not as bad as everyone makes out. Like women are getting attacked in the home.
100%.
Absolutely. Everyone's in trouble and danger in different parts of the world, different sexes, all that type of stuff. But in reality, for the vast majority of us, nothing's really happening. Like everything's okay.
There's a
And-
lot of women going through a lot of stuff,
Definitely.
and I totally get why people are calling it out because it needs to be called out. There
Definitely
are
does.
absolutely atrocious men in the
Horrible
world.
men.
Horrible men. But as someone raising a son and married to a great man and, know a lot of great men, shut up, Isaac. I don't know. I know what a lot of these ladies are trying to say, and I do respect it and agree with it. I just don't think we're going about it the right way. I really don't. And I don't want to sound like I'm going, oh, men are great. They're not. I've had a lot of shit
Yeah,
happen
pick
to
me,
me.
girl.
There's assholes everywhere.
You and we won't go into details, but
No.
you have had horrible things happen to you at the
Yes.
hands of men.
100%.
And-
Thousands. I'm just kidding.
1,057 to be exact.
I don't know. I just think if you live your life being a victim and going on about I'm a girl and I'm this and I'm that. Like the other day on the news, they said something about the first.
Right.
What was that? And it was just the most patronizing fucking thing.
She was the first. Oh, what fucking was it? Oh, and she's a woman doing it.
It was something. It was
it
some
is
cool.
patronising.
Was it being a firefighter or a rescue thing?
Don't talk about it. It'll come to you in the back of your head.
It will. Anyway, some lady did this awesome thing, and
great.
instead of just saying
The best.
Josie Smith did this and saved a kid,
Mm-hmm.
they went, and as a woman, or this woman did it, and she's a woman. And I was like, fuck you. Let her have a moment without talking about a vagina.
It's almost like saying, can you believe she did it?
Yes.
Being a woman?
Isn't that amazing that a woman got up the courage to do something?
What
There's a lot
was
of
it?
badass women around. You don't need to, sorry, Pepper, be this, like, I
Pepper's
don't
just
know.
staring at us. It's
There's
okay,
so many
Pep.
cool chicks, and I feel like talking about us like that makes us look like we're incredibly,
You're acting like you need special treatment.
yes,
Acting like you should be on the NDIS.
100%. And some people should be.
Some
I
people.
probably should be, but
Jesus
I don't know.
Christ.
I just thought it was really patronizing.
On the topic of things that really freak people out, you were freaking out the other night. I saw you in your eyes. You were worried about me. I was running around the backyard.
This, yeah.
I was running about
Bless
the
your
backyard.
heart. Yeah.
And the problem was I've got a a particular watch that counts your steps.
The Guzman y Gomez
Watch. And I had only 8,000 steps for the day, trying to get to 10,000. And I had, you were standing on the back porch. You were watching Addy. He was playing with his what's it called? The wooden kitchen, the mud kitchen. And he was having a lovely time. You were having a lovely time. You were sitting there having a beer or something like you normally do. And I was like...
Having a Bonnie Blue.
That's
so fun.
And that's actually a good way to say
Bonnie Blue.
Couples fighting. Yeah, we're having a Bonnie Blue. And I decided that I needed to get steps up. And so I started running around the backyard. It
was raining, by the way.
It was too.
And you were shirtless.
I was not shirtless.
I think you
were.
I
was not. Listen, I do not have the body.
Yes, you do.
To be running around the backyard in front of you, even though I've known you for 10 years. I do not have the confidence to run around this backyard of ours shirtless.
You should.
Trying to get me steps up.
I do.
So
I'm trying to get the lawn mowed.
Somebody do it. Anybody, neighbours, please. But I didn't. I didn't get the steps up.
No.
It was a shameful display. I got to about 9,500. And then when we put Addie to bed, allegedly, you were mad at me, for allegedly walking up and down the hallway getting my steps up.
Yes. So we'd gone to, I remember this now. You disturbed the dogs.
I disturbed everyone.
Where's Pepper gone?
She's over there. She's hiding.
Oh, bless her heart.
Mm-hmm.
Poor little darling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were going to say that. Continue the story.
No, that was it. Just that you woke the dogs up, so I had the shits.
But you got to get your step.
I know. I got to get cute.
I got to get lean.
You were creaking up and down the hallway, and the dogs
creeping
were like,
or creaking?
Both.
Very good. We like to on this show reference a great man.
My father,
Jeff. Great guy.
The
legendary
best guy.
Bloke. Very calm guy. But I've got a quote from Jeff this week. I like to mention his quote.
I'm just checking the baby monitor.
The baby?
Just checking
our
the
son
baby.
Atticus. Jeff gives us a good quote every single week or so.
Daily.
He comes out with some absolute crackers. And this week is
so
no
good.
different. We were talking about holes in walls because Claire punches a few around our joint.
You bet.
We've got
watch out.
And we've got brick walls, so it's actually
changing
quite
up
scary.
the statistics.
Good on you. But we were talking about like a little bang in the wall type of thing, like a little tiny hole about patching up the wall. And Jeff turned to me, looked me deep in the eyes, and he said, "Mate, fixed a hole in our wall at our last house, but life moves fast." I said, "What?" "Mate, fixed it up, but life moves fast." I said, "Yes." Yes, it does.
I've got one too.
You've got one too.
Sorry, Dad.
Please.
So we were at Mum and Dad's the other day.
Yeah.
And Dad's having a soda water.
Living the high life.
He starts hiccuping.
Oh, that's right.
And he doesn't hiccup well. I don't either.
Oh, if you haven't, I know you haven't seen it.
Don't shame it.
It's time to shame Claire.
Normalise
Claire has
it.
a panic attack, full anxiety freak out when she has the hiccups. So she'll start going, she'll be sitting on the lounge going, and I turned to him like, she's going. The first time it happened, I thought you were I thought we had to go up to the fucking MARTA, which is the mental hospital here in Newcastle, and you were going.
As Bonnie Blue each time she gets a new cock in her.
And this goes on.
Stop it.
So I think once you vomited or something from
I
hiccuping.
nearly did as a kid.
You didn't even actually vomit. You nearly did.
I nearly did. Can I get back to me quote, please?
We're going to get to it. So you freak out because you're hiccuping. You hate vomiting. You big soot. And
start the show.
You panic. So I imagine.
I panic every day, but hiccuping's not it.
I imagine Jeff also panics when he hiccups.
He does. Not like that, though. Oh, there's Pepper. The tism. So Dad was having his soda water and hiccuping or burping. I don't know what he did. And he goes.
You got to do it in his voice. Yep. Life's fast. That's right.
Then he goes in the chair He goes, no.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, it's me diaphragm.
My diaphragm's in turmoil.
I went, what do you mean your diaphragm? And he goes, it's connected to the esophagus. I was like, fucking. So I lost it. He lost it. That was my story. It's only funny if you're related.
His back was sore. He goes, mate, gotta put some loose pants on. My back's sore.
He's my hero.
Shout out to Jeff. You're a great man. Now, I want to wrap this show up in a minute. But,
I would too. It's dog shit.
Yeah, it sucks.
I know.
But, unsubscribe. But.
Oh, do you like me lizard shirt?
I am the lizard queen.
That was Chatfield on her Insta story.
Abby Chatfield, the lizard
Somebody
queen.
talk to me.
Stop reading the comments, Abby. Fuck.
Christ.
We walked the other day, not near our house. Just want to say that, just in case you know anything.
Why? What's this
Just
about?
let me finish.
Fuck.
And we heard some yelling.
Oh.
Not near our house. Wasn't near where we live.
Nowhere near where we
Nowhere
live.
near.
No.
But we heard some yelling. You see, we don't send our son
Oh, fuck.
to daycare
Please
because we
don't.
have lots
I've
of
been
money.
kicked out of...
We have too much money. Subscribe on Patreon.
Oh, for fuck's
And
sake.
like you plebs who have to send your children, your scum.
Can I just say, we'll talk about ideas for this podcast, and Butterfield goes, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. That's a bit too far. I'll say something, gets edited out because he's a big pussy. But you then go on and go, you poor
I'm
sending
joking.
kids to daycare.
I'm only kidding.
I know, but there'll be one fucker in there going, oh my God, Isaac.
Oh, well.
And then I'll have
Bye.
fucking friends message me going, oh my God.
Oh, well, listen.
I'll lose another one.
I'm kidding. All
That's right. Take a
Jesus
joke.
Christ.
Take a joke like Bonnie Blue takes a cock.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, what was your story?
We were walking past a child care centre, not in a
A
weird
really
way.
cute one.
Really
we go
cute.
to there all the time. We don't really.
Do we? At
No.
night time. And it
was a very
like that,
cute one.
frangipani tree you're planning on stealing some from.
I am.
And we were walking past it. Addy was walking past it. And he saw all the lovely play equipment in the front yard and he wanted to play.
It was very cute.
But I said, don't you dare.
Get into sports, quick!
Unhand it. Anyway, and I said, come on, Addy. You know. And Claire was off daydreaming at the back going, isn't this a beautiful place? It's not like the big corporate run
Busy bees,
ones.
allegedly.
Like, you know, Busy Bees. And there's 1,000 others.
Yeah. Good ones.
It's not like those. It's sort
It
of
was
run
really
by,
nice.
you know, a community member or whatever, and maybe they're not
Very
making
nice
a huge
educators.
profit, all that type of stuff.
Shout out to the educators that are lovely, by the way.
On the topic of shouting,
Well, I thought I'd just put that in there because, guys, we heard something bad.
I heard something real bad.
And I saw the silhouette of a rather large woman in
a
the
big
door
woman.
frame.
And that is good. That is good that only large women work in childcare. I think that's good for them. Because you get your steps up chasing the little kids. But no, that is
Stealing
weird.
their lunches.
Isn't it? Yeah. Having the little,
Remember that on
what are they
Billy
called? The little
Madison?
squeezy ones?
Billy Madison and the bus
driver.
drivers eating all the lunches. So imagine a woman like that.
Yes.
There's a big boost and I'm watching. I'm a sticky beak. So my big honker's in there in the gate watching.
Yep.
This woman was screaming, not yelling, not no at a kid, full screaming at this little kid to go sit on the mat.
Like scary,
Screaming.
screaming.
So I stopped and went, oh. And I was like, and you stopped?
I was
we were all like-
oh. So we've been thinking about, you know, what type of place we'd
Preschool.
send preschool
Yeah.
to send Addy eventually to when he's older. And we're thinking something like this, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But this yell, like, full on
It
yelling,
was almost a scream.
like yelling angrily
Yeah.
at this child. Like, get
Like,
over to the mat.
Do you remember back in the
dare
day,
you.
your mum would scream at you because they had people coming over to clean?
Yeah.
And you'd be sitting in your room and they'd be like,
Clean you fuck.
yeah, it was one of those.
Like anger.
And I didn't know whether to go in. I was like, do I go and pick this kid up I spat. I don't know. I was that angry. I was like, what the fuck is going on in there?
Yeah.
So we stood and I did my little, didn't know what to do. And I'm like, do I go on like a Facebook page? Do I ring the place? But I didn't want to be a nosy Nelly either because it's not my business. But I also was like, if that was our kid.
Claire has this ability to fully fucking explode. And I've only seen it
Years of
once or
trauma.
twice. Once was when I was getting, and we won't tell the people what it was about, but I was getting accosted.
You can tell them.
Nope.
All
after
right.
a joke.
Oh, I thought you meant the watch.
Oh, no, not about the watch.
Oh, okay.
Claire yelled at a retail worker.
He had it coming.
He did have it coming. Anyway, there were these people crowding. The bikies came in and all this type of stuff. And Claire was like, I was gonna glass this dude. And I was like, you can't glass
That's
people.
feminism.
You can't glass people.
Well, all the boys we were hanging out with, this old crew we used to get around with,
There, they didn't do fuck all.
they all legged it as soon as some assholes went for us after a show. And I was like, this is before Addie, by the way. I was young and foolish.
Young, foolish.
And I was like, holy shit, the seccos aren't doing anything.
Security
the boys
guards.
have all scattered away, fearing the Daily Mail might arrive.
Yeah, one bloke was a guy from a reality TV show.
He fucked
and
off.
he ran away because he was scared that the Daily Mail was finding out.
It was fucking awful. And I've gone, shit, how am I'm a yellow belt in Taekwondo.
That's
What am
right.
I going to do? So I had a bourbon bottle nearby and I put it in my coat. And my plan was if this guy swung at you to go grab you and run.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Save my man.
But I
That's
guess, so I was worried Claire would explode in this situation and go and save the child. But that is scary to think that you're putting your baby.
It was
But
horrifying.
I don't know how old the kid was. We couldn't see.
Don't
but
know.
It could have been a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, whatever.
Who knows?
But
I heard the kid cry afterwards and that was
imagine
horrifying.
that. Imagine finding out that that is how someone who you're paying exorbitant fees to is treating your child. I would be fucking ropeable.
You'd light a fire under that giant
I know
ass,
there's
wouldn't
some
you?
idiots in the comment section who go, no, if they've got to yell at them, they've got to yell at them.
No, fuck you. This wasn't yelling. No.
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 It's not raising your voice.
This wasn't a no, don't bite Sally or don't shit in the
it's
corner.
not a dangerous situation.
No. This was a full psychotic Chatfield scream.
A holler.
It was a holler. She was hollering. It made us stop in our boots.
I froze.
That's
I was
right.
scared. I turned around and I knew Claire would be filthy. I was like, oh God, we're having such a normal morning.
I like to think that I'm a bit of a nana for 90% and I have 10% of savage. It's very, very rare my savage comes out.
Yeah.
But if it does...
Watch out, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
not really. I don't mean that in a gross way. I get passionate.
You're a very angry person.
I'm not an angry person.
You're a very angry, violent
Like my
person.
table flip.
Yeah, I think you need to explain a little bit of that. Explain it in 10 seconds. Ready?
I can't explain
Set,
it in 10
go.
seconds.
1,
These guys were bullying me in high school and I was really getting over it and
3,
I had to go full beast mode
4,
and so I flipped the desk and I said,
5.
let's fucking go. And they never bothered me again.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the Mum and Dad Show for another great episode. Well done, Diggle Diggles. Little
right.
Diggles.
Little diggles.
Little Diggles. We'll see you next week. Toodle-wah-wah. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care, going.
Bye.